Hey everybody, Joan Zodianz here, and welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Zundayz. This week there's a lot going on. So Venus shifts into Taurus, Mars is shifting into Cancer, and we also have a full moon in Scorpio this weekend. So today is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there or acting mothers. And when I say acting mothers, I mean people whose actual mothers are not there and they are a parental figure to somebody. So happy Mother's Day to you. So let's go ahead and just get into the planets and the changes that are happening this week. It's still Taurus season and Mercury is still in Taurus. So hopefully if you guys listened to my last episode, you guys started to reorganize and restructure your lives, more specifically in the physical realm versus the spiritual realm. And hopefully you guys are not digging your heels in too deeply because you don't want to be too stubborn to your own evolution. However, that might be a little bit more difficult or challenging for people to not be stubborn, only because Venus, the planet of love and relationships and how we receive love and so on and so forth, is shifting from Aries into Taurus on May 16th, this Thursday. And what that means is we are getting out of impulsive and impatient Aries, and we are moving into more stable and patient and tolerant Taurus. Now, that's a good and bad thing if you've been having problems with relationships, and doesn't have to be romantic. But if you've been struggling with establishing a relationship or working out a relationship where you're just having too many disagreements, then this is a perfect time to get on track with somebody or with people in your life. Okay. People are going to be less impulsive, people are going to be more patient and tolerant. And also, you have to watch out for enablers too, because Tauruses are enablers. It's the truth. So you might let other people get away with things or not take advantage of you, but it's to understand that type of energy, you have to understand Taurus. And Taurus is more of a live and let live kind of people. So whatever you do it because it's of your own free will. Okay. However, paired with Mercury, which is still in Taurus, you're going to find a lot of people being very stubborn or just judgmental of certain things, specific things. People are going to be thinking more long term, longevity with people. Okay. It's going to be more of like, well, um, a time of stronger boundaries is what I'm trying to say. It's a time of stronger boundaries. So if you haven't even laid out boundaries or you haven't even reflected on it, then you need to do that for yourself so that you can focus on what you need to do in the future, whether it be in professional relationships, love relationships, or just relationships in general, like family and friends. Having those stronger boundaries will be healthier for you and for your path ahead. And nobody better suited, or no other zodiac sign more suited than Taurus. Taurus is very narrow minded in a good and bad way. That's how they sustain their focus, or that's why they're so stubborn, because they have stronger beliefs or stronger dislikes and stronger likes. They have strong boundaries. Okay. So take a little bit of energy from Taurus moving forward with your personal life. Now, Mars is shifting into Cancer, so it's still in Gemini, but it's shifting from the air sign into water on May 17th on Friday. What that means is our energy, right? Because Mars influences our energy and our aggression, is going from, flighty, random, unpredictable to something that's more serious, more loving, more kind, more compassionate, okay? Very attached, emotionally attached to things around us. Now, mix this in with the Taurus energy that's going on, and you get a lot of people understanding things from both a physical and emotional perspective, okay? Water and earth are compatible with one another, but Cancer is a cardinal water sign, meaning there's a lot of progression, and Taurus is a fixed earth sign, which means that it's a very stable progression. You feel me? Now, what that means together is that you're going to find that you are only going to want to keep people around if they are I guess, down for you, right? If they have proven that they want to be in your life, if the quality of their relationship is meaningful or not. This is coming at a time where there is a triple retrograde. And if you don't know what that means, you need to go back to one of my episodes that talks about that. Now, moving forward, we are going through a lot of external changes in our environment. And I hope that you see that now. People are getting really tired of superficial people. Those egomaniacs, they're going down really quickly. And I feel like we will also find those types of people in our personal lives, right? So we want to get rid of them as well. Not just, people that we're seeing online or celebrities or just, people in politics or whatever. We don't just want those superficial people gone. We want superficial people gone in our personal lives. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. So keep that in mind too, that we're all looking for more stable relationships going forward, or even just a stable career, or stable, just stability everywhere in our lives right now. Okay. Now, the full moon is going into Scorpio on May 18th. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I do a lot of like sporadic Instagram lives where I talk about new moons and full moons. So, new moon, right, means new energy. And between the new moon and the full moon, we do a lot of internal work on ourselves, a lot of emotional work on ourselves, right? It's, or if you're not doing it, then you should probably start. Up to you. But during a full moon, whatever we had learned between now and the last new moon, we start to release all of the things that didn't work. And we start to empower the things that did work for ourselves. So, building and redefining new intent and keeping or empowering new intent will be very important for us right now, especially during a time of a triple retrograde, which people just do not quite understand. Okay, there's a lot of pressure for us to build a physical and stable world right now on a micro and macro level. And if you're not doing that for yourself already, even before you knew about this, then you're probably going through a really chaotic time right now where you just don't know why you feel so heavy, or why you feel so like anxious, or why you feel so like depressed, and you're just being really negative to yourself right now. It's because of the triple retrogrades that are happening, where it's just putting so much energy onto our plate. Whatever plate you had going on, we're just topping it off with more and more and more responsibilities and tasks. So if you feel like you're suffocating right now, I'm not saying blame the universe for it. What we're trying to tell you is that you need to step it up and evolve. It's okay to let go of certain things that just do not work for you. And that's why we're having this full moon here, is to release things that didn't work and to keep things that do, and to empower those things that do work for you. It's clearing the fucking plate, okay? Because during that new moon that happened not too long ago, which is every month is a new moon and full moon, so every month is a chance to fucking change. Okay. And I feel like for people who are not constantly evolving, then that means you're not really moving, you're not really changing. And that's what I'm saying. During this Taurus time, we don't want to be too stubborn. We don't want to prevent our own evolution. Don't be that person to yourself. Okay. Empower and educate yourself and move on with your life, evolve. Now, let's go back. Sorry, let's go back just a little bit. The full moon in Scorpio. So, Scorpio is a fixed water sign, okay? This full moon and releasing intent, what this means is that we have become too attached or too possessive of things that we just do not want to let go, even if they're toxic to us, even if we just invested too much and we can't let it go. This is that time where you need to reflect and lay out everything on the table and ask yourself what you're willing to keep and what you're willing to not keep, or what you need to let go of. Emotionally, what do you need to let go of? Okay. Could it be, past wounds? And past wounds is such a forever thing. Like, you never really get past the hurt or the people that hurt you. You never get over it. That's why I don't believe in forgiveness. I don't believe in forgiveness because I don't think anybody's really forgiven, to be honest. You don't, because if you can't forget it, you didn't really forgive that person. So to me, it kind of contradicts one another. Your past is your past because it makes you you today. You don't have to forgive anybody if you don't want to. I don't know why people apply that in their lives. It's about acceptance. Acceptance. Okay? You accept the situation as is. If somebody showed you their true colors, accept it for what it is, not what you wish it could be, not what you want it to be. It is what it is because that person showed you who they were, or the situation exposed it, to be what it is. And people have such a hard time accepting the truth. And I think it's about that time that you just sit down with yourself and really let go of things or situations or people, okay? And you just look it straight in the face and be like, I accept it. And then you will find more release and more freedom in it. They say forgiveness is more for yourself, which is fine. If you want it to be that way, then forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not accepting it. For real, because there are just some people, even if they're family, they're just not meant to be in your life. They were meant to show you a lesson and you were meant to move on from it. The end. And I know it's easier said than done, but how long are you going to carry it with you? Seriously, how long are you going to be able to drag it on? You don't need to drag it on. You don't need apologies from people. You don't need that. Just move on. Just move on. Accept it for what it is, made you who you are today, and then we empower things that make us a better person. That's the whole point of this full moon, new moon, full moon type of deal, is to evolve past yourself. And because it's in Scorpio, it's really diving deep into your emotional and soul's well being and really getting rid of all that toxic, negative ass energy and releasing it back into the world because everything gets recycled. Everything. I was talking to my hubby and I was like, I don't think people are really meant to be happy forever because nobody really is. Who's happy 24/7? Seriously, they're probably not all there. I'm gonna be honest, they're probably just their body's here, but their soul is somewhere else. I feel like there are moments of happiness and they are always balanced with moments of sadness or grief. Like everything always balances itself. So you must accept everything that happens to you. And I'm not saying that you're always going to experience more than the other. I mean, it's just a healthy balance of both and you have to accept both light and dark energies because it's a part of our life. It's a part of the universe. That's why people live and they die, or they die and they live, depends on how you want to look at it. Okay? So, that's everything that's going on this week. It's going to get deep. It's going to get intense. Taurus and Scorpio and Cancer are very intense type of signs, meaning there's a lot of work that we need to do. And because there are so many fixed signs, you're going to find a lot of people holding on to things that they just shouldn't. And you're going to find a lot of people who just cannot move past themselves for whatever reason. They just don't want to change. And you're going to find more egomaniacs are just refusing to acknowledge that they did something wrong or they're not genuine about their apologies. You're going to find more people that just are very superficial and they're afraid. They're afraid to dig deep in themselves and face the truth of a situation. You will find more people. But don't be one of those people. And that's why we have these things every week, so that you can build that self-awareness. You can build energy awareness and you can spot certain triggers in yourself. You can know when you're going off the deep end so that you can catch yourself and change. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason of why I'm doing this. So I wish you guys all the best. I know it's heavy because it's Mother's Day today, and you know what? Not everybody has a mother either. That's so morbid, but it's true. So if you're your own mother, then happy Mother's Day to you too. I will see you guys next week as always on Sundays. I know sometimes I'm a little late, but I'm still a Sagittarius. So trying to stick to a routine is very difficult for me. But love you guys and love all the support that you've been giving me. If you want to Which reminds me, I am not booking any sessions for a couple months now. I'm taking a break from spiritual sessions so I can focus on finding a new rhythm for my business. But if you want to take a look at my upcoming schedule, you definitely can at zodians.com. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.